I'm at my son's today, and we're going to flatten a slab with a C.N.C machine, so it should be pretty interesting. Let's go have a look, see how it's done. So it's a piece of walnut slab, 2.5 inches thick. Owen's just fastened it to the table so it doesn't move around in the routing process. So make sure that's good and firm, secured. So Owen, just explain to us what's going to happen here. How are we going to flatten this walnut slab tonight?
Alright, so we got a black walnut slab. This has been air dried for, well, at least 5 years, I'd say. We got it screwed down to my C.N.C machine bed, and the bottom side's sort of sacrificial, and we're going to trim the ends off. So we've just popped a couple screws in on an angle right into the MDF, and then what we're going to do is we're going to load up this big face mill.
How big is that?
This is a 4-inch diameter face mill.
That's a big router bit.
We've got PCD diamond inserts in it, so it's going to leave a really, really nice finish, and should turn out nice.
How many RPM is that going?
So this tool isn't particularly well balanced, so we're only running it at about 10,000 RPM. And if you noticed, I've only loaded every other insert in here so that we don't overload the spindle as we're cutting. I found it cuts better with only 3 out of the 6. Yeah, we're gonna load this in the machine, fire it up.
How many horsepower is a router?
This particular spindle, I believe, is 7.5 kilowatts. So I want to say that's 10 horsepower, roughly.
That's pretty big.
Good size. It's a good size. Even with 10 horsepower, this is still pushing it for. It's pretty much maxes out my machine, but it does a good job.
Okay, well let's put that back on the spindle, and let's give it a whirl here and see how it works.
All right, here we go.
So Owen, tell us about this machine. Where'd you get it? What's it capable of doing?
So this is a bit of a weird machine. I believe it was custom built for a local company. They're using it to process sheet goods. So they were cutting big, thick plastic sheets for like playground equipment and like garbage receptacles at restaurants and that sort of thing.
How much would this machine weigh?
I believe somewhere between, at least, I haven't weighed it, but I think it's somewhere around 8,000 pounds on the minimum. I was tipping the loader pretty good getting it in the garage.
That's a lot of iron there, but it's very precise. Everything's like, what's the tolerance to this?
I can hold plus or minus a thousandth, which is pretty good for a router. My other milling machine here, I don't know if you want to spin the camera around. I've got this smaller milling machine. I custom built this one. This one's a lot more precise. It is epoxy granite or polymer concrete castings. This machine will hold a bit better than that, which is also pretty good for a home built.
This is actually something he made when he finished college. Just made the entire thing himself. Why don't you show us what you actually do? You have any?
Sure. Shop's a little empty at the moment, but I'm a gun stock maker. So, for example, this is a gun stock that should be shipping soon. It's in the finishing stages. So this is a black walnut blank, actually same material that we just cut the slab out of.
What's the foregrip there? What's that? The butt on there made out of?
This grip cap is actually fossilized mammoth tooth.
No, you don't see that on a gun very often. One of a kind. What caliber of gun would this be put on? Do you know? Or
this is for a short action Remington 700 clone action. So any of your short action calibers, 223 up to say 308 would be the range of calibers that this stock would fit.
Yeah. Maybe we'll just go over from start to finish how this process actually works, and where do you get this wood from?
Yeah, so the wood that I use primarily is called Turkish walnut. This is an example of a rough blank.
Yeah, look at the grain on that.
So this one isn't anything particularly nice to write home about, but this is basically the shape of what I get in, and from there I have various templates depending on what stock is being made, and I will I'll lay out the stock blank and I'll cut it oversized just on the bandsaw, and then I'll if there's any tension or stresses built up in the wood, I cut it pretty close to finished size, but I leave enough meat so that if the wood moves or warps from stress relief, then I still have plenty of wood to work with. From there, the stock gets inlet. I'll flatten the top, I'll C.N.C machine the inletting for whatever firearm action is going to be installed. And then the stock gets 3D machined, so one side first, flipped over, the other side gets machined, and then in the bottom here the stock will get inlet for any of a number of different bottom metals or trigger guards depending on what the customer wants. So that's most, and then there's obviously on top of that, that's all the rough machining. On top of that, there's hours and hours of hand sanding, finishing. Customers might request an oil finish or a hard wax oil finish or something like that, and that's up to the customer. Different levels of sheen too. I can do high gloss and matte. And
so a lot of these are high-end gun stocks, and they could end up in over in an African safari somewhere in Africa, or
yeah, a lot of these, especially the Turkish walnut, is known for being extremely dense and durable wood, so it's a favorite for your big game safari rifles that take a beating in large calibers. And yeah, I also do stuff in some local woods. I've got all kinds of black walnut, maple. Actually, those tend to be the three: Turkish walnut, black walnut, maple. I also have some blanks in some other walnut species as well.
So I see over here these look like little pistol grips or something. What's going on here?
Yeah, so these are another product that I make. This is a finished one. This is a wood grip. It would fit on. It has an AR interface, so this will fit on any chassis or rifle, which will accept a standard AR grip. So they start out. Actually, I usually start with a wood slab, and then I'll cut out. Also have various templates. I'll cut out a blank like this, get the slot cut, and then a bunch of top secret machining operations later. I'll get a rough blank like this, and which will be sanded and finished. And this is, I have a few different models. This is a right-handed vertical grip.
And they're mostly walnut, or what type of wood?
Yeah, these I sell primarily in black walnut, but depending on, I have some other clients who want Turkish walnut as well, so I'll supply that, or other weird and exotic woods.
Well, I think that was very interesting. I think we'll call it a day here, and thanks for flattening that slab and showing us around your shop. And
you're welcome. Come back anytime.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching Ron's Trail Mix, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.